The Westbrook High gym looked exactly as I remembered, scuffed hardwood, peeling banners, and that same tired social order, now dressed in designer labels instead of Letterman jackets. I straightened my plain black blazer, calm as ever, stepping into my 10-year reunion. A crooked welcome, class of 2015-inch banner drooped above a check-in table where Amanda Chin, ex-class president, now self-branded real estate mogul on Instagram, was crossing names off a list. Her voice hit that familiar fake high note. "Oh my God, David Parker, you actually showed up." I smiled, remembering the years she borrowed my computer science homework. Wouldn't miss it. "So, what are you doing now?" Her eyes flicked past me, already scouting for someone flashier. "Tech support," I said, watching her enthusiasm evaporate. "Oh, cute." She slapped a name tag on me. "Tyler's at the bar, you remember him, right? Big-time venture capitalist now. Jessica made partner at her law firm." I gave a nod and headed inside. The bass thumped through rented speakers while old classmates performed choreographed ego dances, each conversation a competition in disguise. "Parker? No way." Tyler Matthews, still loud, still surrounded by hype men, strode over in a suit that probably cost more than my old car. "Still fixing computers, huh?" He grinned, dripping sarcasm. Behind him, Jessica Stewart, the once silent lab partner, now corporate shark, watched with a smirk. "Something like that," I said, sipping my drink. Tyler laughed, gesturing grandly. "Remember when he swore he was building the next Facebook? What was that joke of an app you were always coding?" "Secure it," I said. "Right, that thing no one understood." He turned to his audience. "David here thought he'd revolutionize cybersecurity. Now he's probably resetting passwords in some office basement." They laughed. I checked my phone. 8:57 p.m. 3 minutes to go. Jessica leaned in with mock concern. "My firm's IT department is hiring. I could float your resume." "I'm good," I said. "Come on," Tyler said, grinning wide. "Still living above your mom's garage? Still clinging to that software nobody wanted?" I took a long sip. "I sold that stupid app 3 years ago." "Yeah? For what? Lunch money?" Another wave of laughter. My phone buzzed. A message from my PR team. "Forbes article live in 60 seconds." I looked Tyler dead in the eye. "You never understood what secure it was, but don't worry, you're about to." "What?" The speakers crackled. Every phone in the room buzzed in sync, an alert I'd orchestrated down to the second. Breaking tech news. Guests glanced down. Murmurs rose. "Forbes unmasks mystery tech billionaire." The DJ paused the music. Dozens of phones lit up with my corporate headshot and a number that obliterated Tyler's portfolio. "Secure-It founder David Parker named youngest tech billionaire," Amanda read aloud, voice trembling. "Net worth $8.2 billion. The air drained from the room. That IT guy they'd mocked now ran the encryption platform used by every Fortune 500 firm. This has to be fake," Tyler muttered, fidgeting with his screen. "Nope," I said. "You'd know if you were really plugged in. Secure-It's been dominating Silicon Valley for years. We just kept the founder's name private." Jessica blinked. "The Parker Protocol. That's you?" "Every major law firm uses it, including yours," I said. "That prototype? Built in the very lab you all used to laugh at." Silence. Amanda finally whispered, "But, you said you did tech support." I shrugged. "For my own company, I believe in understanding your product from the ground up." Tyler looked queasy. "Listen, about what I said earlier." I raised a hand. "Don't bother. I'm not here for apologies. I came to make an announcement." I took the mic from the DJ. Every eye turned toward me. "The David Parker Foundation launches tomorrow," I said, voice steady. "A $500 million commitment to fund tech education in underserved schools. Because right now, some kid is being laughed at in a computer lab, just like I was. I'm going to make sure they're never told their ideas don't matter." I handed the microphone back to the DJ, letting the stunned silence settle in. "Now, if you'll excuse me," I said smoothly. "I have a board meeting in Singapore in 12 hours. My jet's waiting." As I turned, I caught Tyler's reflection in the window, once the golden boy of Westbrook High, Now a small man swallowed by an expensive suit and the weight of his own irrelevance. Outside, whispers followed me. A sleek black Tesla idled by the curb, catching the eyes of every onlooker. James stood by the door, my driver. Yes, but also my first hire and now head of operations at Securit. How'd it go, Mr. Parker? He asked, holding the door open with a grin. Exactly as planned. I loosened my tie as the car pulled away, already lost in memory. Flashback, 3 years earlier. The view from our Silicon Valley office stretched over the bay, glass walls framing a world far removed from the dusty computer lab where Securit began. Inside, the hum of innovation pulsed, engineers refining protocols that protected trillions. James dropped a stack of folders on my desk. Acquisition offers just came in. Google's at $2 billion. Facebook, 2.5. Microsoft upped it to 3. I didn't look up. We're not selling. David, that kind of money could fund 10 lifetimes. I pulled up our new quantum encryption module. This was never about money. Securit isn't just another product, it's infrastructure. It's future-proof. James hesitated. Investors want a name, a face. They're pushing for you to go public. I thought of the newsletter from Tyler's firm mocking our market share, Jessica's firm using our software without knowing it. Years of being overlooked. Fine, I said. We'll reveal it, but not until they can't ignore us. The next 3 years were war. Global expansion, patent wars, quiet takeovers. Securit went from encryption to AI, quantum, and national defense contracts. My identity stayed buried beneath layers of shell corporations and trusts. The media called me tech's invisible billionaire. Nobody suspected the guy posting DIY repair tips on LinkedIn was building the backbone of modern cybersecurity. I bought my mom a house, kept my garage apartment as a decoy, drove an old Camry in public, hid a Bugatti collection in a warehouse outside Napa. I lived in shadows, preparing for the moment we'd step into the light. Present day. Sir, James said, bringing me back. Your sister's on the line. I answered on the car system. Hey, Sarah. David, you broke Twitter. The reunion's trending like crazy. Sarah had known the truth from day one. She helped build the cover story, fielded fake job interviews, staged fake IT rants. How's the foundation rollout? Perfect timing. We've had partnership offers from every tech giant. Even Tyler's firm sent one. I laughed. Decline, politely. At the airstrip, my Gulfstream G800 gleamed beneath the lights. The phone buzzed again, Amanda requesting coffee. Tyler's 4th LinkedIn request. Jessica's firm offering a retainer. James raised an eyebrow. What should we do with these? Business? Forward to corporate development. Personal? Let them wait. We took off. The jet's cabin, part boardroom, part command center, lit up with dashboards. Singapore, Tel Aviv, London. Securit was everywhere now. Sarah called again. Westbrook High is trending too. Schools are lining up for funding. Start with them. Full upgrade, new labs, curriculum, the works. Feeling sentimental? She teased. No, I said, smiling slightly, just investing in potential. Hours later, somewhere over the Pacific, I scrolled through updates, grant applications, Securit stock surging, global news coverage. One alert stood out. Tyler Matthews' VC firm suffers major security breach. I chuckled. They ignored our audit report. James said, want to help? Send the standard contract. Regular terms. No discounts. Another message popped up from Mr. Bennett, my old CS teacher. I always knew you'd do something great. Proud of you, David. He believed in Securit before I did. The first scholarship would bear his name. 48 hours later, Singapore HQ. My assistant poked her head in. Principal Martinez on line 1. Tyler's at the Palo Alto office, again. Put the principal through. His voice shook with emotion. Mr. Parker, we can't thank you enough. But why Westbrook? Why us? I glanced at the framed code on my wall, the original Securit script, written in that old computer lab. Because everyone deserves a shot at proving their doubters wrong, I said. The upgrades start Monday. After the call, I checked our security feed. Tyler sat in the Palo Alto lobby, crumpled suit, eyes tired, gripping a proposal folder like it was a life raft. James appeared beside me. Shall we keep him waiting? No. Bring him to the video conference room. Minutes later, Tyler's face appeared on my screen. The smirk was gone. He looked human. David, Mr. Parker, thanks for seeing me. It's 3 a.m. Don't you sleep? I wanted to apologize. For high school. For the reunion. I was stupid. You're here because of the breach, I said. Your clients are leaving. You ignored our systems. Now you want Secure-It. He swallowed. We can't afford your enterprise rate. But maybe a partnership? Equity? I leaned back, voice flat. Tell me, Tyler, when you laughed at Secure-It, when you offered me help at the reunion, was that you being stupid too? He said nothing. This isn't about revenge, I said. It's about standards. You want Secure-It? You pay like everyone else. A pause. Please, he said. Quiet now. We need this. I stared at the man who used to shove me into lockers and laugh about my dreams. Then I nodded. Contracts in your inbox. Regular terms. No discounts. Your choice. The call ended. I turned back to the Pacific skyline, Secure-It's logo glowing on the glass. Behind me, my team shaped the digital future. In front of me, a world still catching up. You mean a bailout? Tyler's voice cracked, desperation leaking through his polished tone. Our firm has real potential. Like Secure-It had potential. I didn't respond immediately, just opened a folder and scrolled through his old emails. Let's see. Here it is. You called our initial pitch amateur hour, and our valuation delusional. Tyler's face flushed. I didn't know. That's exactly the point, I said. You never looked beyond the surface. I closed the file and leaned back. Our standard contract is in your inbox. Full rate. No discounts. Your choice. I ended the call and turned to more important matters. Across the globe, our foundation's first major initiative had launched, a nationwide coding bootcamp for under-resourced schools. My phone buzzed. A message from Sarah. You need to see this. She'd sent a link to a LinkedIn post by Jessica, a lesson in humility and innovation. A long, carefully worded apology disguised as a thought leadership piece, about how she'd misjudged talent, about Secure-It, about me. Sarah added, it's blowing up in legal circles. Law firms that dismissed Secure-It's early patents are scrambling to reframe the narrative. I switched to a news broadcast covering Westbrook High. Students gathered outside the dusty old computer lab, now set for transformation. One student stood out, young girl, hoodie fraying, clutching a duct-taped laptop like it was gold. I texted Sarah. Find out who she is. Make sure she gets what she needs. The rest of the day blurred, global meetings, tech strategy sessions, and final prep for our most ambitious rollout yet, Secure-It's next-gen quantum encryption. Late that night, another unexpected message arrived. From Amanda. David. I've spent 2 days rewriting this. The real estate empire I bragged about? It's 3 properties, all underwater. The success I project? Smoke and mirrors. I don't deserve anything from you, not business, not time, but I'd like to meet, not to ask for anything, just to understand how you stayed real, while we were all just playing roles. Amanda. I read it twice, then forwarded it to Sarah. Set up an advisory role for her. People who've learned the hard way make the best mentors. In the week that followed, Tyler's firm signed our contract, no ego, just survival. Westbrook's new lab opened with record student enrollment. Secure-It launched its quantum platform, redefining cybersecurity once again. And then came the moment that made it all worth it. A virtual mentoring session with high school students. Maria, the girl in the hoodie, presented an AI model she'd built from scratch on that patched-up laptop. They said it wasn't possible, she said, but Mr. Parker showed me that impossible just means someone stopped trying. I thought of all the lonely nights in that old lab, the mockery, the doubts, the rejections. Success, I told the students, isn't about proving others wrong, it's about proving yourself right. Later that night, I drove alone to the apartment above Mom's garage. Everything inside was just as I'd left it, my first laptop, the original Secure-It notes, The framed rejection letters. I'd kept it as a reminder. But now, it was time for a new purpose. The foundation would convert it into a working innovation lab for dreamers like Maria who just needed space, quiet, and belief. My phone buzzed once more. Mr. Bennett saw Maria's project today. Reminded me of another student who wouldn't accept impossible. The lab may carry your name, but your real legacy is every kid who dares to think bigger. I looked out the window at the school. In the lab, Maria sat coding, her face glowing with focus and quiet fire. Above her, a new sign hung. The Parker Innovation Lab, because every dream deserves its code. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't proving them wrong. It's helping others prove themselves right.